Hey everyone, welcome to the show. So, new details have come to light in regard to Alex Jones and how he's been seemingly trying to hide money from the Sandy Hook families. Jones essentially sent InfoWars and its parent company into bankruptcy after paying all of these so called bills that he just didn't realize that he owed until after the dismissal of the defamation lawsuits failed, basically, or it looked like it was going to fail. I mentioned this in a previous segment, but there's new details now that have emerged. So, according to new reporting in the Washington Post, between August of 2020 and November of 2021, InfoWars' parent company, which is called Free Speech Systems, they signed $55 million worth of promissory notes to a company called PQPR Holdings. In fact, just one day before an appeals court rejected Jones' request to dismiss one of the defamation suits, he signed a $29.6 million promissory note to PQPR. And he and his father signed a contract pledging all of his company's assets and revenue as collateral. Then, about a year later, and also less than 2 months after a Texas court ruled against Jones, because he refused to hand over documents during the discovery phase. So they ruled against him. And Jones then went on to sign another promissory note to PQPR for an additional $25.3 million. Jones claims that all of this money is owed for previous debts that he just never noticed before, you guys. But here's the rub. PQPR is owned by Jones and his parents. So they're trying to say that Jones' father purchased tens of millions of dollars worth of supplements, and then Jones went and hawked them on his InfoWars show. So that's where this money is going, because he didn't realize he had to pay all this money for all these supplements. In addition, Jones started paying his personal trainer $105,000 a week to help him ship these supplements and other merchandise. And he gave this guy an upfront fee of $400,000. So this so-called personal trainer is making nearly $500,000 a month to ship supplements. Are you kidding me? I mean, besides the obscene amount of money that this trainer is receiving, the obvious question is, personal trainer? Alex Jones has a personal trainer? Really? Okay. And this personal trainer guy says that he is the sole owner of the shipping company, but it operates out of the InfoWars warehouse rent-free, and they employ all InfoWars employees. So how could it be a separate entity? And Jones also paid his sister $240,000, and he listed her as a supplier or vendor. But the bankruptcy records don't say what her business is, who owns this business, why he's giving her this money. And then as of the end of 2021, Jones had pulled out $61.9 million from his bank account for his personal use. $62 million. And his attorney is saying, oh, well, that was over a 15-year period. How do you go through $62 million in 15 years? So it's now up to the bankruptcy court to determine which of these debts are legitimate, if any. And in regard to this massive so-called debt to PQPR, the Justice Department trustee who's reviewing this case told the judge, quote, "We do have concerns with the underlying transaction." So it's going to be up to Jones then to prove that these debts are legitimate. And the Post reporter said that he reviewed financial records and other documents that were provided to the court. He also looked at the cash flow of Free Speech Systems, and he wrote that the current cash transfers, quote, echoed financial moves Jones made almost a decade earlier when divorce proceedings jeopardized his fortune, according to sealed court records from the divorce case. Evidently, in 2013, just 2 months before Jones' first wife filed for divorce, he and his father created a bunch of new companies, including this PQPR. And PQPR was not directly owned by Jones and his father. It was owned by two other companies, which were owned by either Jones or his parents. So Jones' ex-wife, her name is Kelly, she told the Washington Post, quote, "Our marriage was absolutely terrible at the time. We were in negotiations for us to break up. So he did that to hide his assets for when we broke up." So a corporate bankruptcy expert told the Post that it's possible that Jones may need to liquidate his parent company, this Free Speech Systems. That would actually force him to relinquish the rights to his films, his brands, all intellectual property. He would even have to give up the InfoWars name and his show. The law professor actually said, quote, "There is nothing beyond a real Hail Mary route for him to avoid liability at this point." Gosh, couldn't happen to a nicer guy. Anyway, I'll let you guys know when I hear more. Thanks so much for watching and listening. Please like, share, subscribe. Please donate if you can. Greatly appreciate all of you. Take care. I'll talk with you soon.